Hi, my name is Will Reeves, and for this Capstone project, I decided to interview a good buddy of mine named David Pons, who I think is a really good leader. Not only is a friend of mine, he's someone I respect and a mentor. Similar to my background, Dave grew up on a farm here in Harford County as well. From a young age, he had responsibility on the farm, from caring of livestock to running machinery, where he was taught hard work. Between the two different farms, they bred 300 horses during winter, spring, summer, and would have 150 to 200 horses to manage. They also foaled on average 90 babies a year. They have a total acreage of 315 acres between the two farms and a total of 20 employees. Dave started working on the farm when he was at the age of 8. He worked closely with a vet, blacksmith, and other farm help to get jobs done. The daily activities included mucking stalls, feeding, bathing, and grooming the horses. Along with getting horses ready for training, he was tasked with taking temps and providing meds for the babies. Additionally, he was responsible for mowing, weed eating fields, fence lines, and painting fences or gates. He played an essential role in the general upkeep of the two farms. Dave graduated from Towson University in 2015 with a degree in communications, and he currently works in sales. Dave never wanted to be a leader. He just wanted to get the jobs done quickly and effectively as possible on the farm. In turn, people would start to ask him how to do things, and he provided feedback for them. Dave saw himself really grow as a leader when he was battling drug and alcohol addiction and decided to get sober and make real changes in his life. At first, it was a struggle, but the dream of being sober soon became a reality when he kept going to meetings and working a program of recovery every day. Continuously doing something can make it a routine, he says. The more I did it, the more I liked it, and my life got better. Today, it's the center of my life, and all the great things in my life are a result of being sober. There are many people struggling from addiction, and they see the good life I have and they want it. They look to me for help. He says the only way to fight addiction is by helping those who are sick. The only thing that has worked in relieving my drug and alcohol problem is a program of recovery. The most rewarding part of my own recovery is taking his meetings into jails, institutions, and sanitariums to help those who are still suffering. He says that the most beneficial experiences in his life have been learning from mistakes. The only way to become a better person and grow is to actively look at your inner self and continuously make improvements to mind, body, and spirit. He believes in helping others and being of service to people through volunteer and nonprofits, working out, and eating right, along with having a meaningful job to pay the bills. He said that he had to learn the hard way himself. People could have given him advice, but until it proved into himself, he would have never considered to take other people's opinions into consideration. He says he is now open and receptive of advice he receives from his peers. He says that they only want him to succeed and that he can learn from them and make himself a better person without having to go through the trials and tribulations that they have had to struggle through. He says the biggest impact that the changes he has made is with his family. They no longer have to worry about their son or brother and if what he is doing is safe. For years he was out drinking and doing drugs while his family was upset and concerned. He thought he was only hurting himself, but his family was also upset and concerned. He says that addiction is a family disease. It affects everyone. His family knows he is safe and not drinking or doing drugs, and they notice the growth and his change in his life long before he ever did. His father often says he is glad to have his son back. Dave never wanted to become a statistic or a number on the overdose and deaths boards outside the state police barracks on Bel Air Road. So when Dave communicates with people, he communicates in a straightforward but respectful manner, treating others the way he would like to see them treat him. He believes we are all people, and that although we come from different backgrounds, education levels, values, or whatever, none of that really matters. He says we should treat everyone with respect and kindness, and he often tells himself to not be an asshole, and people won't be an ass back to him. Dave treats everybody as an equal. Dave is always trying to make himself better. He says, I want to help others to recover, but the reality is that many won't. That's why people say there's an epidemic, because the overdoses and deaths are being noticed finally. If people don't want the kind of life I have, or they don't want help, they won't get it. If they don't want to get sober, they won't. If you want what I have, come along and we can do this together. If not, that's okay. I won't stop doing what I am doing if others don't want to join in. He says he doesn't try to inspire others. He's not a motivational speaker, a politician, saint, or whatever. He just says he tries to speak the truth about drug addiction and alcoholism, but more importantly, he tries to speak the truth about recovery. He wants to share his own experiences, struggles, and honesty in order to give other people a chance. He says he hopes to help other people beat this disease as well. Dave manages his stress and struggle by talking to his group of mentors and friends. He also manages stress by spending time on the farm with his animals and through fitness. He talks regularly with his friends and believes that they're all in this fight together. He likes to show off his phone every once in a while and go out on the farm and enjoy nature and able to recenter himself. It helps put things into perspective for him. He works out a few times a week and tries to stay in shape in order to clear his mind. He believes that sweating is good for the entire body, inside and out. So, for the follow-up exercises, I wrote about that Dave and I have a few similar perspective on life when it comes to being a leader. One of the values that we have in common and that we share is that we believe in treating ourselves and others with respect.